I really love this. One angry gamer. Assassin's Creed Vikings might be going woke. Oh, you sweet, sweet summer child. It has been woke for years now. I mean, do you even look at Ubisoft E3? I was thinking it's a gay parade rather than a gaming convention. They even said at the end they want to change the world through video games. I mean, I think their purpose should be to entertain, not to change the world, and they might be punching a little bit above their station. But yeah, I mean, if you are connected to Reset Era and you find some Ubisoft developers there, some of them are even into communism. That's how far to the left they are. I remember Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. It had this bit of lore where they were complaining. It's like, why do we call it a brotherhood? Oh, it's exclusionary. Oh, man. And since that day, I realized, yeah, no, this franchise is going to the shitter. Because you guys know my theory on how this works. The moment you hire progressive people, these people are incredibly bigoted, and they immediately go after the talent in the company. They go after anyone that doesn't think exactly 100% like them, and they make sure that the person gets fired. And that's why they stifle creativity. That's why you're not going to see any good things coming up from that franchise, which is quite sad. You know, I would love to have played with a female assassin in Assassin's Creed, as well as it's done right, as well as it actually follows that time period. Like, for example, the last Assassin's Creed they made, which was in Greece, yeah, sure, you could play as a woman, but it was really just a man that was skinned as a woman. Like someone did a poor DLC, you know, a poor man's reskin of the main character. Like you're a woman and you're walking around on a horse with a weapon. No one asks you, no one flirts with you, no one hits on you. It's like, well, why am I playing as a female then? I guess it's just to get the people like Anita Sarkeesian to shut up, as if she's relevant to the gaming industry anymore. But it would have been really great if you could have like a medieval setting, and you know you play a woman at one of the events there, or in a castle, and you have to gossip and gather evidence in secret and conspire with other women. That would be a really cool game. I would definitely like that. But no, instead we get Assassin's Creed Angry Chica Edition. By the way, do you remember when you could use the prostitutes in the first Assassin's Creed? Like that was really cool. They removed that, huh? Because it's very problematic, like prostitutes. We only appreciate them if they work on Twitch or on Chaturbate. Don't say anything negative about them, though, because sex work is real work. Unless it's in video games. In video games, it's horrible. So, apparently they're making Assassin's Creed Vikings. I swear to God, they love spiting their fan base. They really do. The thing that people really want from Assassin's Creed is Assassin's Creed in Japan or China. Like, that is something they are desperately wanting for years now. And they just don't want to give it to them. Instead, you get like, oh, Assassin's Creed American Revolution. Oh, Assassin's Creed London. You know, like, let's. My favorite part about Assassin's Creed London was that you get to free the children from the factories. It's like, yeah, but you do realize that their parents put them there. It's very similar how the parent would send you to school nowadays. It's like, you know, an assassin bursting into the classroom, assassinating the teacher, and it's like, oh, you're free now, kids. You're free. You're free. Like, where are they going to go? You know, like, so I found that to be quite interesting. Very progressive game, yeah, the Assassin's Creed London, where you take on the factory workers. You kill all the people employed at the factory and whatnot. The game was woke for eons, but yeah, now they're going with the Vikings, and it's Ubisoft. Okay, they're going to blackify. They're going to black stain even the Vikings. Like they did it in ancient Greece. Yeah, ancient Greece. You have black characters there. They did it with the Egyptians. Of course, they're going to do it with the Vikings. Like, are you crazy? Are you insane? So let's see what the translations are. Apparently, the new Assassin's Creed it will be with the Vikings. The Secret Blade will be back with the shield. The main character should be a woman, but we can still choose a man. Again, like if it's a woman, but that isn't really reflected in the game, what's the point in it? It's like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Again, like I want other characters to be bewildered. It's like, oh my, wow, a woman. Oh, what are you doing? Blah 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 blah. And secondly, I definitely want characters to hit on her. Yeah, I want, like, if I play a man in a adventure game or something like that, and he finds a really attractive woman, like for example in Final Fantasy, right, like Cloud. Yeah, I mean he can hit on some of the girls. It's normal. It's expected from healthy sexuality, unless he's gay, and then he should hit on other men. But if you're going to have a female character, then I expect other people to hit on her. Apparently, it's still an RPG. Scandinavia will not be the only game territory. Maybe like you're going to go to England or something. This is something that really bothers me, though. Lots of supernatural bullshit. They did that in the one with the Greeks, didn't they? Why did they kill off Prince of Persia? Like, Prince of Persia was absolutely perfect for their fantasies. I mean, Prince of Persia is all about magic, and you can just push a woman into that game and it's fine because it's a magical, fantasy kingdom. I really miss Prince of Persia, but then again, maybe it's a good thing that they don't do it anymore because they would probably ruin it. No co-op. Still plan to release holiday season, and the game should be revealed very soon. There isn't much leak, and apparently you're going to have a female warrior protagonist. Yeah, like, you know what's interesting? It's like every single time they talk about the Vikings, they're going to push the shield maidens and mentally masturbate about them. It's like, oh yes, the Vikings had warrior women. I don't understand it. It's like, get a fucking life. Like every single time you hear them put on a TV show about the Vikings or a video game, it's like, oh yes, they have women there. It's like, yeah, man, I get it, but I'm willing to bet again. I'm going to repeat that. It's like they just find ways to put women in video games that are actually men. Every single time they suffer from toxic masculinity, hyper aggressive, hyper violent, and utterly unlikable. For example, I gave Tomb Raider to my girlfriend, the last one. She didn't like. She didn't connect with Lara at all. And then I gave her Tomb Raider Survival, and she was like, "Oh wow, no, that's nice." So apparently the game will justify the decision with the Shield Maiden. Female warriors were supposedly fight side by side with various male compatriots. The reason you don't really see women in the medieval time is that, number one, someone still has to take care of the elderly and the children back at home. Like, you cannot have an army that sends its entire population to war, and then you have like bandits back in the village that are ransacking because everyone has gone to war. Secondly, it's also the way people fought in medieval times. It wasn't really the way it's described in Hollywood, where people just charge at one another. They would form shield walls. And the way the shield wall works is like it's as strong as its weakest link. Because when the enemy just charges in and just smashes into that shield wall, body size really matters. Like if I were to charge my girlfriend at full speed, just look at football, like American football, and imagine what would happen if you were to take a woman that looks like the chick from the Shield Maiden from the Vikings TV show and put her there as the enemy team just mashes into it. Obviously, it's a major disadvantage, and it's not only that, but you're also jeopardizing literally everyone in that group. And why would you want to go to war anyway? Like, if it was medieval time, I would want to be a woman just so I don't get sent on the battlefield. That is horrible. But anyway, the problem is they don't exist outside of works of fiction. But that doesn't stop historians, revisionists like Neil Price. I don't know if shield maidens really existed or not. Honestly, I don't care. But this game has way since departed accurate history. So essentially, it would be like someone of 1,000 years from now saying that our depiction of women in anime is proof of the innumerable amount of female warriors present during the day. So yeah, I guess one angry gamer is upset that you can have a female character. But again, like this is something that I noticed since they made that game with the Greeks, right? And yeah, well, I think she was a Spartan or something. I haven't played her. I have to be honest. I haven't played since the Egyptian one. When they started censoring Roman statues, that's where I was off. Like, oh my God, no! Like they did something even worse. They did something even worse with Assassin's Creed London, where half of the enemies, like the brutal thugs, were women. I was like, women do not act like that. You know, like you do not see a group of five women. Like, please correct me if I'm wrong. You do not see a group of five women walking down the street and they look at you and it's like, what the fuck are you looking at, fool? Get over here. And then they get violent and they walk up to you and, you know, they want to break your teeth in. I haven't seen women act like that. Like, if you know any, please let me know. Like, there's a couple of thousand people watching this video. And that was like so immersion breaking. It was unreal. But what I like is that violence is okay. Like you can literally. I remember like you could take and it felt so wrong like doing violence to these women, but you could take a crowbar and just smash it into the back of her head and then like pull violently and rip her head. It was just like, why are you doing this? It made me feel uncomfortable playing the game. Again, rescuing children from factories and whatnot. Like, of course, we need to use our modern morality into and judge people from the past. Like we should judge people from the Black Plague for not using antibiotics. But my favorite part about it is that when they finally went with the Egyptian stuff, like that's what I tuned out. And then I remember seeing the Ubisoft trailer for the we're going to have a female Greek person, and it's like, oh, that's going to be interesting. And she's walking around that really no one cares. It's like, well, you know, I suppose women never faced any hardships in history. I mean, Ubisoft is telling us so, aren't they? Sorry for this type of low effort, low edited video, but it's 5 a.m. and I was getting bored, really needed something to do. See you guys tomorrow.